So I don't know if I told you that sorry that we're going to, have a shorter than normal because I have to be on a plane to get to New York City, and you're not going to believe why. This is the most brutal waste of money that I've had to do in quite some time, but it just goes to show you that no matter what you do, certain people want certain things their way. So I have to go to the bank because, as we all know, with the banking crisis and everyone's worried that their money is not going to be safe. Well, I was not immune. So unfortunately, or fortunately for me, I bank with one of the banks that was scary. Made it so far. But I transferred money from that bank into another bank, which I do have an account at. Unfortunately, the account that I transferred it into, which I haven't used all that often other than leaving a bit of money in it, still had my old business partner on it who passed away. And they will not do anything to help me remove him or get the account in order unless I'm there in person. And of course, I moved from New York to Texas. Doesn't matter. I have to fly up there just to do that. Now, the reason that that's relevant is that it required me to pull out old paperwork because they're acting old school. They want the old-fashioned paperwork from when we established my corporation, my company, Ensemble Financial, which I brought with us today because I thought, what a great opportunity to explain what a corporation is. You always hear people say, I need to incorporate. Well, what does that mean? What does that look like, right? At the end of the day, you say, I'm incorporated. Then you get this book or these sheets of paper and you file it somewhere. Maybe you lose it, maybe you don't, but at least I'm incorporated. What does that look like? Well, this is what it looks like right here. Right here. It's a binder that usually it's an upcharge add-on for whoever actually does the incorporation for you. But just like when you were at school, it's a binder. And this binder comes with a few things that are very, very important. First and foremost, it's got sections for all of the things that make a corporation a corporation. And for lack of a better term, I want to call this not necessarily a corporation, but an entity, a tax entity, right? Because it could be a corporation, it could be a partnership, it could be a trust, but all of them in all, it's an entity. And what is an entity? Well, it's not, if you do it right, it's not me, it's not you, it's its own entity, right? And what is the bones of that entity is everything that's in this kit that you get. And I know, Sohail, you got a picture of a couple of documents that I think are pretty helpful for explanations, and maybe you can throw it up on YouTube and let people see what it looks like. But the first one that I'm looking at is actually the letter that you get from whichever state, Secretary of State. In this case, this one's from Texas, the state of Texas, and it says that this undersigned Secretary of State does hereby certify that the attached is true and a correct copy of each document on file for Ensemble Financial, which is my company, right? So in that particular case, you get that. Then they send you the articles of incorporation. These are the must-have documents that anyone should have. I know that there's a lot of people that say, well, I've scanned them or they were sent to me. You need to put them somewhere. Yeah, it's great to have them on your computer on the cloud, but what if someone can't get to them, right? Have them in writing, put them in a binder. You have the articles of incorporation. Then you're going to have all your tax stuff. So, once you actually are incorporated, that means that you're legally an entity, but the government wants to know who you are. So you need to file with the state. You need to file with the feds, get a tax ID number, make sure that you file for franchise if your state requires that as well. But all of those documents are in here. And then the most important part, which I want Sohail to put up there as well, but this is your actual stock certificate, a stock certificate from your actual company. So in this case, it says Ensemble Financial Inc. There's going to be a number, which is the certificate number, and then there's going to be the number of shares. Now, why is this important, and why did I bring all of this up? Well, in this case, I have to go to the bank. When I go to the bank, they're going to want me to fill out paperwork. And when we fill out that paperwork, they're going to want to see and make copies of all of these documents. In addition to that, they're going to want to see notes. They're going to want to see that there was a shareholder meeting. If you're adding someone to an account, they want to make sure that those people are actually registered in the corporation. And then the most fun part, this is like the child in me likes to take the toys, and then you can actually have yourself an actual fun time with a corporate seal. I know you can't really see this, but when you squeeze it, it makes like a little raised bump. And you're supposed to put that on certain documents to make sure that those documents are actually done by the corporation. So that is what your corporate kit looks like, and what you use it for, again, as I said before, for legal documents to make sure that you are working on behalf of the company. If you do not put notes in this, whether it's on your computer and you keep it, if you do not take notes as if you were the company, Ensemble Financial is flying to New York City tomorrow to work on banking issues with their bank. Something that simple shows that you're not acting as you, but you're acting as the corporation or the entity. And that's very important for a reason that I can personally tell you. I had a work wife of 14 years. Me and Tim were together for 14 years, started the company. He was an attorney that did tax. I was the financial planner. We worked very well together for a number of years, and due to a routine procedure gone wrong, he passed away. And during that process, I had to use this corporate kit quite a while to remove him, add him from paperwork. It even got to the point where one party who believed that they owned part of Ensemble Financial retained an attorney. My attorney had the corporate kit with all the paperwork, and it showed quite simply that there was only one certificate made out to one person, which showed the ownership of the entire company, which was me. So, you hear about these stories like it'll protect you. It will protect you if you do it right. And make sure you do that, and make sure you do it right. So for all of you out there that do have a corporation or some type of an entity, whether it's a trust, a corporation, an LLC, a partnership of some sort, make sure you're taking notes. Take this as an opportunity to pull that dusty thing out and catch up on all the things that were very relevant, very important that you've done over the year, because heaven forbid something should happen and you need protection of your corporation, and it's not there because you didn't do the simple, basic things that were required of you as an officer of the corporation. By the way, yes, there's a section in there to make sure that it tells exactly who has access and who has the authority to act on behalf of that corporation. And that's all we have today. Wish me luck on my way to New York City. 24-hour turnaround, and I'll be back here in Texas tomorrow. Thanks. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. If you like this content, you can find me on Money in the Bank with Frank on all of your favorite podcast platforms, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on our YouTube channel. Look forward to bringing you more content like this in the future. Thanks.